Pardon the wind, peeps, but maybe y'all don't hear it as bad as I do. But alright, so we gonna continue this shit off, right? So Deku, wait, what if Deku was a villain part 11, if I'm not mistaken? So basically we're leaving this baddie off right when Bakugo and Uraraka was like, yeah, we need answers, right? Bakugo start yelling and shit. Uraraka's like, I don't have time for this. When she's in like her gravity control form, she kind of like is a little more, I don't know, not like a Chi-Chi per se, but she's just more of a not a dominatrix, but more of a just a overwhelming presence, more benevolent, if that makes any sense. Okay, anyway, so she's like, I have no time for this Bakugo, and she sends Bakugo flying, and she sends him flying and basically puts him in a gravity control, not strong enough to hurt him, but strong enough to keep him on the ground, so he's not a nuisance to no one. And then she goes back to Deku. I heard a dog, I got scared. And she basically goes back to Deku and was like, all right, I need some explaining. And she's basically asking for that nigga to give her some answers, like, what was you doing while you were villain? All the generic shit, you know, you would expect somebody to want to know. Deku's like, well, simply put, and then Deku begins to tell Uraraka his backstory, and if I remember correctly, I think I made it worse where he got bullied, like deviously bullied, right? So, like, even worse than he did in canon. This is what made him snap a lot earlier on, and you know, kind of fast forward a lot of shit. And Uraraka's like, oh, and then she's like, this makes more sense, because now she understands why Bakugo is so desperate to help, because he is the main cause of this. Like, he is one of the biggest causes of this. That's why Bakugo wants to fix this, especially after the USJ attack, blah blah blah, right? Uraraka releases her grip. What is your plan? What do you mean? What is your plan? Deku has a sinister grin on his face. He pounces on, well, this sounds naughty. He pounces on Uraraka, basically having like a key, or a knife, key blast, whatever you want to call it. But he basically has something. They're gonna let me go. And he basically pounces on her, you fool, you should never. And he eventually tackles her down with a knife straight to her neck. He's like, dumbass, now I get to kill you. He was bluffing, like, be careful. He's like, all right, time to end this. And Uraraka looks at him. If you were gonna kill me, you could have been and killed me, especially if you're able to keep up with All Might and whoever that assailant or whoever that other guy was. Seems like he was equal, if not stronger, to All Might. So if you were really planning on ending me, you could have did it when you were giving me all that advice and stuff. He puts the knife down. All right, you got me. He's laughing. He's like, yeah, but nah, I'm just gonna fuck everything up, simply put. There's no reason a world in where superpowers, but he says quirks, but a world where quirks and people literally can shoot explosions from their palms, that an average person can't live a happy life without being bullied or tormented. The society has a big hypocrite. Well, as a friend of mine says, Uraraka looks slightly surprised. Don't look at me like that. I have friends. And as a friend always says, he does have valid points. He's a little on the extreme side, but simply put, it's more of the simple fact that, how do I word this? Heroes are hypocrites. They can beat up and kill people as long as they say it's in the name of justice. But when a villain does it, or when someone else does it without a hero's license, they're considered a villain. I can save 100 billion people, but since I don't have my hero license, I'm a vigilante. That's the biggest hypocrite ever. Uraraka starts to slightly like scream and shout a little bit, but not like dramatically. She's like, but no, that's not the right way. What is the right way then? Huh? You tell me. What is the most poetic means of taking a society down that is based around power? With power. Not power just alone. No. Once I crash and crush society down to its very fiber, all the allies that was gonna originally be heroes that I have, I'm gonna help them. And simply put, I'm gonna rebuild this society where people can use their quirks freely without judgment. Yes, it may take some years for people to acclimate to this new lifestyle. Yes, it may take a while for all of this shit to fully work, okay? But if we're being realistic and if we're being honest, a world where everyone can coexist peacefully, and there's people that are specialized for training, there's gonna be villains no matter what we do. But if we at least make this world more accepting of people with their different quirks. Hell, a good portion of my friends, he don't even call them followers. A good portion of my friends are people with mutation quirks or blood quirks, you know? Quirks that aren't frowned upon. Hell, I think, yeah. I even had another recruit back when I just was starting out. His quirk is a wonderful quirk. It's a brainwashing quirk. He gets you to speak. Once you speak, it's over. You're under his control. You know how useful that could be for interrogations? Or how useful that would be for resolving an issue peacefully, especially if no one knows what your quirk is? But no, it's brainwashing, so it's bad. That's idiotic and stupid. As Uraraka sees Deku's passion. To be fair, I've killed a handful of people. I'm not proud of it. But at the same time, I'm not scared to get my hands dirty a little bit. But in retrospect, I would prefer to go without killing as long as possible. And if I do fail in my endeavors, like as you said, I could have been and killed all of you growing up wannabe heroes. But to be fair, that would be idiotic. On the off chance there's a variable I'm miscounting for, and y'all do seem to fade from existence and pass, or basically he's saying if he dies, I'm gonna need at least some type of beacon, because I know a battle's coming up that's gonna be tougher than most for me, and that's what I'm really fearful of. I just start to shiver a little bit. But that's pretty much explaining everything. And Bakugo over there, regardless of his hot head, he's not stupid by far. I just kind of troll with him a little bit here, just for the simple fact that it's funny. He did all of this, and he's not even going to be #1 hero. You can't be a #1 hero when you resolve the whole system that was put in place. But that's simply put, Uraraka. You got any more questions? Uraraka stands firm, then let me join you. Deku, actually visibly confused and kind of scared. Like, wait, what? Wait, what? Let me join you. If what you're saying is right, then I'm on the wrong side. He would go more in detail about the hypocrites and contradictions, but for time's sake. Uraraka's like, well, if I'm on the wrong side, then hell. You just teaching me and telling me minor things I do isn't improved my quirk. You helping that my family has done justice. USJ, you could have killed us. With that power you got recently, you could have literally just killed everyone at the school if you desired to. Deku, a little confused. Never thought somebody would join willingly without me saying them, but he's like, that's not how this works here. Why not? Listen, as I just said, I need a contingency plan, and she's pointing to Bakugo. And then Uraraku's like, well, if that's a simple case, I want to see what this is all about. He's like, why would I even bother bringing you with me? I'm pretty sure most likely you convinced the principal that I'm a decent person, or at least don't try to pursue me too hardly. So what's your motive? Simply put, I'll judge if you're good or not. And if you're not, I'll take you down. What makes you think you can take me down? Her picks up a rock, cracks the rock. She's like, I just crushed the eternal side of this rock. Your point? She cuts open the rock. And as you see, like you see a completely spear rock, but the insides are smushed. And Deku's like, your point? Imagine if this was your body and your internal is your organs. So what, do you think you could just instant shot me? And I don't have a safety permission for this? Probably not. I could just wreck the whole building. Then why would I want to bring a dead mic? Well, if you're being earnest about what you said, it doesn't matter, right? Deku starts to waver unconscious. Him realizing he don't got much time. So they would attempt 3. They would continue to argue for a little bit longer, but Deku's like, fuck, I don't got time for this. His body is actually very tired. He just got done fighting one of the 2 strongest people in the world right now, and his body's kinda short-circuited. Not like in the robot sense, but in just like the mental sense. He was literally put to near-death situation, and now he's dealing with this bullshit female. Like, goddamn. He doesn't have time to argue with her. But also note that I don't know if I said this in the last part, or if I said it at all, but basically, prior, he did try to escape, but he eventually gave her a device or whatever. And Deku tries to get away, but Uraraka's like, come on, let me come with you. He's like, where I'm going, it's pretty dangerous. He's doing everything in his power. And Bakugo could hear this. He's like, hey, don't leave me out. And basically, they're like, we got a whole week off of school. We might as well take this time. Which I'd probably say it's like 2 days short of a week, but I digress. Anyways, they pop through. He screams out a code. Boop, boop, beep, beep, beep. Portal opens up. And then you see a whole bunch of twice. Boss, is that you? Boss, it's you! Come in, my friend. And all these twice grabbed him. Who are you? Are you enemies? Deku fadedly, fuck it, let him come through. All right, if the boss says you're okay, we trust you. Right, guys? No, yes, no, They all grab those niggas and then they dip out. Deku, exhausted as hell. Fuck. Toga, where are you? I need blood. Toga pops out of the fucking shadows. Did you say blood? Deku-chan? Like she's on that shit, bro. And he's like, come on. I know I put healing aspect in your blood. He bites his lip. I mean, he don't bite his lip. I say he bite his tongue, lip. It doesn't matter what he bites, okay? And then Toga does something similar. She's like, this is my favorite part. You know how she does that crazy voice. And so she does that, and then they just start dummy kissing, bro. And everyone's like, Bakugo, Uraraka, like, oh my goodness. What type of shit is this? And then Deku, you can see his wounds visibly disappear. And then he's like, he spits out and like starts cauterizing or heating up his mouth to seal his wound. God damn, that hurts. I don't know how Eren Yang bites his fucking hand. That shit hurt. And so we would pretty much leave it off right here.